state your name and specialty for the audience?
Yeah. My name is Victor Indrizzo, and I specialize in drumming.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So you came into the studio here at Swing House to work with the group When in Rome, and you're brought in as a session drummer to retrack drums.
Yes.
And tell us about the experience yesterday.
Well, it was fun. It was kind of whirlwind, and we did the whole record in a day, and which was exciting. And it was easy in the fact that I could find something to love in each one of the songs, and I was able to really put myself into the music, and so it just had a very natural flow to it, and I really enjoyed myself, and I love the guys.
So when you're retracking drums, when you're doing work like this, are you working with the group prior to, listening to the music prior to coming into the studio to record, or how always
different these days. Like the guys sent me the music, and I got to listen to it with my daughters climbing over me, and made a little chart. And then what I like to do is like just try and hear what the intention is, and like try to pay attention to I don't know, the key points of the song, and respect that, and then try and hopefully bring a little bit of myself or what I would hear that might lift the song.
Now, I heard a rumor that it didn't take a day for you to retrack the drums. There were 10 songs on the album, and you did it in about 5 hours.
Yeah. Could have done 4. Warren was a little slow. Come on,
That's
Warren.
pretty amazing. I mean, that's a powerful gift in itself. And when you were retracking the drums, did you play each one a certain number of times leading up to the final cut or the final take, so to speak?
I think each one was different. There were some that we got it on a first take. Some would take a couple takes. I don't think we took more than 3 or 4 takes of anything.
Yeah. Of the 10 songs that you retracked, was there one that really stuck out for you in your heart when you were playing it prior to even coming to the studio?
It's funny, it's interesting, I really loved all the songs. I think the one that sticks out is the Come On song, just because that was the most challenging, I think.
Yes.
That was challenging in the eyes of the guys. It was funny, I didn't think of it as a challenge so much, but once they said that, then I became nervous about it, and I was like, oh, I really have to make this song happen. And
it's interesting, the lyrics to that song, which I'm somewhat familiar with, talk about turning things around.
Yeah.
And so because there's the challenge of turning the song around and retracking the drums, because that's something the band really wanted, was this powerful drum track. And the lyrics to that are about turning it around and about true love. So when you're as a drummer, when you're playing the drums, is the beat, does that resonate somehow lyrically and melodically into your life?
Absolutely.
Because a lot of the songs are about love.
Yes, yes. Yeah, all of it. Well, it's funny because I'm a lyric guy, and that's how I learn songs. It's like I'm not a guy usually that sits there and counts the bars or the measures. It's like I listen to the lyric, and I was taught or told that that's how you play it. Drums should be accompanying the vocalists as opposed to just keeping time.
So tell us about your beginnings in music as a drummer.
You know, my mom said she gave me my first drum at a year old, and I was a weird child, and that's all I ever wanted to do. I just knew I wanted to play drums, and I was obsessed with it. And at 18, moved to Hollywood and started playing in bands, and you know, didn't necessarily see myself as a session guy, but I think the fact that I was able to play to a click track fairly well, led to a lot of jobs and just kind of led me down this path, and I feel very lucky and very blessed to be able to do that for a living.
So what current projects are you working on?
Right now I'm touring with Sheryl Crow. Excellent. And working on a really fun movie, Horrible Bosses, which is going to be great, and lots of different records.
And do you have children?
I have 3, yes.
You have 3. And your son is a musician?
My son Zachary is he's a great musician. Much better than I was at that age, for sure.
Do you play other instruments other than the drums?
I do, you know, sort of. I'm a hack at many things. Yeah.
So did you teach Zachary to play piano and other
Not
instruments?
really, you know. I think he saw that I was doing other things or played other instruments, and you know, I really kind of stayed out of his way and let him find his own path with it. And I don't know, as a parent, I don't know, it'd be too much. Like I wanted to get in there and like control it or whatever, but I didn't, and I let him find his way, and I think he's a much better musician for that, actually.
Did you ever, did you always encourage him when it came to music, when it came to this path, this chosen path, just following your passions?
I have, and that also is a hard thing and an interesting thing, being a parent, because I remember being mortified by parents and anyone telling me that I needed something else to fall back on, and that, you know, music was really like a pipe dream. And so now being a parent and being worried about my child, like, I have that instinct to want to say those things, but I don't. And instead, I like try to encourage him to find his own way, and I just want him to be happy. I want all my children to be happy.
Are your daughters playing drums yet?
They're doing lots of stuff. They're dancing and singing and doing stuff like that. But with all my kids, I just want them to find their own voice, and wherever they want to go, whatever makes them happy. That's.
If you had a chance to go back in time, maybe between 1965 and 1979, and drum with any of the groups back in that day, or even pick your top 3.
Well, I mean, that's so hard to say. I would say. I mean, the Beatles are one of my all-time favorites, but I wouldn't want to try to replace Ringo since he's one of my favorites. But I would have loved to have played with Stevie Wonder, because he's also one of my favorite drummers, and that would be, to be around him and learn from him that would be a dream come true.
Have you met him?
I have not. I have not.
I met him recently in Las Vegas.
I bet he was great.
And energetically, when you're sitting across from him, he can't see you, but he can feel you. And you could feel him feeling you.
Yeah.
Powerful.
He is a powerful guy.
Yes, yeah. So you're hitting the road with Sheryl Crow this week, and you're going to be on tour with her through the summer, or? Yeah,
up and through September, and dates throughout the rest of the year.
Beautiful. And when will we be able to hear the tracks from the feature film?
Horrible Bosses?
Horrible Bosses.
I think that comes out in July this summer, yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. The difference between studio and live is, live there's no second take. It's like there's the pressure of like you have to get it right then, you know, and also you're playing the same material every day, and so then you have to find each day a way to make that feel special and new. And but there's something about the studio too, that there's a pressure that what you're doing is forever. Once that's done, it's, you know, live you put it out there and it's gone. In the studio you put it out there and it's there forever. And I like the challenge of both, but they're very different too.
What were your impressions of working with When in Rome yesterday?
Just sweet, generous, giving guys that, like, you know, have a passion for what they do, and like I respond well to that, because why else? Why do this if you don't have a passion for it?
Exactly.
You know, it goes beyond money and fame.
And it's all about how we can help the universe instead of always expecting the give back.
Yes.
And you gave everything yesterday.
It was there. It was in the music. It was like it told me what to do.